Welcome to Brian's Action Figure Reviews, and I'm back with a second WWE Elite Mattel review. The first one's in ages, between this one and AJ a couple of days ago. This one though is the leader of the Yes Movement. It is the Elite Series 79, Daniel Bryan. Again, much like AJ, I want a small wrestling collection, and I don't have a Daniel Bryan, one of the biggest names in the WWE over the past 6 to 8 years maybe. Yeah, I've always been a big fan since the Bryan Danielson American Dragon days in Ring of Honor, and seeing him at the top of WWE always made me happy. But I do need a figure of him to go with my now AEW collection behind me. Kenny Omega, the Bucks, and all these guys who Bryan Danielson should be hanging out with, not in WWE. And I'm sure people are going to hate me for that. But yeah, let's check out the box of this one before we get it open. So here is the box for the Elite Daniel Bryan. As you can see, he comes with 3 different pairs of hands. Elite Collection Daniel Bryan. On the top, True FX Series 19 WWE. Now what True FX means is it's the facial scan tech. So it should look uber realistic, but look at those eyes. He looks a bit mad. On the side there's a picture of Daniel with his short haircut. How cool would it have been? Oh, they have done it. With a picture of him with the long hair. This is the angry vegan style Daniel Bryan, I think. So from Aberdeen, Washington, or West Virginia, I don't know. Weight 210, height 5'10", just a little bit taller than me. Career highlights: WWE Champion, World Heavyweight Champion, Intercontinental Champion. Daniel Bryan challenged The Fiend to a brutal strap match at Royal Rumble 2020 for the Universal Championship. And the rest of the guys in the wave: Io Shirai, Roman Reigns, Big E Langston, Bobby Fish, and Xavier Woods. And on the bottom you've got all the legal crap that no one likes. So let's get this guy out of the box. So here is the Daniel Bryan out of the box. As you can see, he's a pretty dull looking figure, but this is how he looked back then, and yeah, it's pretty accurate, so I can't complain about that. He does come with 3 different pairs of hands. These open face ones, these grappling ones, that's a bit bent out of shape. These grappling ones for holding stuff, and 2 punching hands. And he also comes with his long-haired variant head, which is pretty accurate and is really good. Let's look at the head that's on it. So yeah, you can have 2 versions of Daniel Bryan, which is really good, and he comes with his Yes Movement hands as well, which are great. But I'll be removing those straight away because they don't really work for anything unless you're pointing at someone really bad. Hey, you over there, what are you looking at? But anyway, onto the figure. Again, this won't be a long review. Again, my main gripe with these figures is always going to be double jointed elbows. Mattel, get your shit sorted. Double joints would make these figures amazing straight away, but they don't do it. He does have bicep swivels, plenty of movement in the hands. Head goes the whole way around, up and down. He does have a bit of a, like, this isn't great either. And if you look at the chest, when you move it up, there's a lot of residue there at the crack. So I don't know what that is. It's kind of shiny stuff, I don't know. Anyway, there's a lot of seams as well on these figures. If you look closely, on the shoulders and under here as well, and at the hips, the seams are quite unsightly, alright. Like even up to the neck, that looks cracked. This is a bad figure. But I'm not going to be looking too closely at it, so I'm not too bothered, but a lot of people will be pissed off at this. I'm sure if you were posing this a lot, those might break. It might break, because look how cracked it is up there. Like, I'm even afraid now to pop the head off, but look, in the interest of fairness, I just did it. So, again, you can see the seams there. I know a lot of people crack these open and make other figures and stuff, so maybe that's good for those. Let's see how easy the head goes on the other one. If I don't succeed, I won't be showing you. So I got it in somewhat. It's been very difficult to get even that far. So what I'm going to have to do, unfortunately, is heat it up maybe and pop that on. But that didn't go too well. Unfortunately, we'll give it another blast before we move on. There we go, folks. A breakage just from trying to put the head on. So I'm going to have to be very careful with this now and really force that head, get that head back on. Mattel, you should be ashamed of yourselves. Really. So I've got the other head back on. I'm going to have to be careful now changing the heads, and yeah, Mattel QC issues out the asshole. So guys, there's not much more for me to say about this review. I've just shown you what happens when you try and change around stuff. So if you want, drop a comment, leave some likes, and subscribe. And thanks once again for tuning in, and we will see you again. Have a good one. Bye.